for your feature act tonight? I'm going to need a little more energy from that. Coming all the way from Los Angeles, this guy's got credits on top of credits. He only goes by one word, everybody. Please welcome Munch to the stage! Johnny, let's keep it going for Jeb with his guest set and his fantastic haircut. Does anybody else think he looks like Theo Vaughn's stunt double? Yeah. I love the fact that he was doing dark and dirty material against your will and it's still light outside. That's what I'm into, guys. Make it happen, guys. Who's here having a good time here to see Brian Swinehart tonight? I thank Brian for bringing me on. He's a good friend of mine from Los Angeles. Every time I get a chance to come work in Ohio and Dayton, I always come. It's fantastic. I'm excited to be here. Who's ready to be having a good time on a Saturday night without anybody telling you what to do? No mask, no stay home, none of that stuff, man. And everybody's always like, America's divided more than it has been since the Vietnam War. I'm like, no, it's not. Because I can guarantee you right now, I'll tell you one thing we can all agree on. Carol Baskins killed her husband and fed him the Tigers. Round of applause if you agree with that. Who knew all it took to unite America would be a gay-ass tiger wrangler drugging and banging his help out in Oklahoma? USA! 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 That's what I'm talking about. We stick together on the important stuff. It's fantastic. Lived in Los Angeles for a long time. We'll get to those stories in a minute. I'm currently living in Atlanta. I just moved back to Atlanta. I left LA just in time. But this is the thing. I knew I was coming up from Atlanta. And if you guys ever been to Atlanta or like Los Angeles, the cities with the big, huge traffic, I don't like the cities anymore. So I live out in the suburbs. But I was leaving to come here and I had to go through Atlanta. I was like, I better leave 2.5, 3 hours early on this 9-hour drive. And I looked at my clock and I got on the road and I got caught in traffic. In the first hour and 10 minutes, I went 11 miles. Like, I got 520 more miles. I'm just the kind of traffic where you put your car apart and start punching the gas. Like, why are we stopped? There's no construction. And finally, we start moving, right? We start moving. I'm waiting. Is there construction? Is there an accident? Is there a helicopter? Is somebody jumping off a bridge? And we get to where the traffic slows down and starts to break loose. And there's no accident. There's one guy standing beside his car on the side of the road, and he's kicking his tire. Like, are you shitting me? I don't want to sound callous, but for that much traffic, somebody should have died, okay? That's just a fact. Get the GBI out, put the line around him. Somebody needs to die for this much traffic. So I rolled down the window. Finish him! To make it happen. You're a good crowd so far. I love that, man. I'm on the road a lot. If you're the life of a comic, you're on the road all the time. And I love being on the road. Crazy, fun things happen. And most times it's always a great show. But occasionally I have a bad one. I had a bad one about 2-3 months ago. And my general rule that I have is if a venue is nice enough to bring me on as a performer and pay me to perform, I'm not going to say bad things about them. I will say the nicest thing I possibly can. So I was in Alabama, south of Huntsville, Alabama, a couple months ago. And let's just say it was the kind of show that I'll be nice. At least they didn't have chicken wire in front of the stage. You been to one of those kind of places? And then I did my show, and I was like, man, they should have had chicken wire up at this place. These guys are rough. I had a beer flow by me. It was terrible, man. And they were trying to intimidate me. I've been doing this a long time. I'm hard to intimidate. They're like, hey, you ain't from around here, are you, boy? Like, what gave it away? All the syllables? My teeth? Backwoods bumpkin. I grew up in Georgia. I'm not judging nobody. Don't try to intimidate me. One guy, when I'm getting ready to leave, is like, hey, when's the last time you've been shot at? I live in Atlanta. Go fuck yourself. I got shot at getting gas on the way here. I'm not scared by that. I don't want to say I live in a bad neighborhood, guys, but in my neighborhood, Waffle House closes at dark on the weekends. No, it's too much, man. Like on a clear day, I can see the dump. I'm living good. That's just fantastic. Okay, have you guys lived by the dump and you're sensitive about that? I like that. It's okay. I like to travel around all the time. Any of you guys ever go to Texas? Been to the Lone Star State? Who's from Texas? Show me your gun. Don't shoot it. Boo, who booed Texas? What are you, a migrant? It's crazy. They won't let me in. America says yes, Texas says no. Guys, I love people in Texas because Texas people, they're good people, man. They're down to earth and they are real passionate about a couple things. Number one, being from Texas. I remember the Alamo. You guys say OHIO there. I remember the Alamo. They love it. They're all about it. They love their guns. We talked about that already. You know what? Most importantly, people in Texas haul ass on the highway. Now, you guys have a lot of farmland here, and your crew, and by the way, tons of beautiful rolling farmland. It's all agricultural. What do you guys grow up here? I'm thinking it's truck stops and wind. That's mainly what I see. I'm like, oh, it's another one. That's crazy. They're everywhere. This is fertile farmland for sure. Ohio Valley, I get it. It's good. So I'm saying, if people in Texas are hauling ass on the freeway, I don't want to say they're dangerous, but I'm going to say this. I was west of Abilene, Texas, on I-20. Deep West Texas. I was going 99.5 miles an hour in my Honda Accord. I don't know why that's funny, but I like that. Living dangerously. I'm going almost 100 miles an hour in my Honda, and I got passed by a house. Yeah, no, a house. 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, modular home. Was it on a trailer? Yeah. Did it have a yard built in already? Yes. It was ready. It was moving. There was a swing set. Kids are playing. Dad's got the grill going. Hey, Dad, medium rare. Mom, dinner's ready. Let's go. What? Yeah. The driver's like, out of the way. I'm like, 100's not fast enough for the house. Love traveling, man. By round of applause, who kept working during the pandemic? We're all past that now. Everybody kept working. Good for you guys. That's fantastic. A lot of people didn't have that luxury. And if you want to know what a non-essential employee looks like, good luck, funny man. That's what I got. When the pandemic broke down, I was just going to work, and guys, I spent the better part. Ohio was still open, and I spent the better part of the first year of the pandemic working in Florida. People are like, why would you go to Florida? I'm like, they were open. I got bills and habits to take care of. It's fine. And everybody's like, Florida's weird. Florida's crazy. The thing is, most people in Florida are really cool. Just like anywhere else you go. Most people are cool. They're chill. There's that 1% that messes up for everybody. In Florida, they call them Florida man. And I realized after working down there for a couple months that WTF does not mean it means welcome to Florida. You're just going to see everybody has weird tattoos. Every second person looks like they're like a background character from Entourage driving a Humvee or something. It's weird. It's crazy. And they do weird drugs. They sniff bath salts down in Miami. And this is true, guys. About once every 2 or 3 years, some dude up in the Florida swamps gets arrested or killed trying to bang an alligator. That's real, guys. That's real. You know, I got a cousin like sheep. No, this is real. It's in the newspaper. Some guy gets arrested or killed trying to bang an alligator. First of all, I don't know which one's worse. Do you want to go to jail as the guy who was trying to bang an alligator? Hey, Bobby, hold her tail. No, that's not what you want to be. But this is the scary part of that. If that's true and it's in the news, that means one of two things is true. Either swamp gas makes you really high, or gator puss is good. Those are the only possible two explanations. I can feel the people with gray hair frowning at me right now, and I appreciate you being honest with me. I like that. Glory hole jokes earlier, okay, but no gator banging. All right, I get it. He's from Georgia, which is real close to Florida, but not the same thing. It's okay. Love it, man. I grew up in Atlanta. I spent about 20 years in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is the most fun I've ever had that I don't want to have again. But, so I'm living in Atlanta. Yeah, we'll get into that. So I'm living in Atlanta now. And I'm from Atlanta. In LA, I don't really do cold weather. Like, you guys get cold here, you can deal with it. Not for me. This is way too bad. I can't deal with it. Typically, if you catch me north of I-40 during the winter, guess who lost a bet, right? And I'm going somewhere warm. I'm not going. But last year, not this January, but the year before, last January, my agent called me up and said, I got to send you on a run. And I picked up a month in Wisconsin in January. Yeah, even you guys know how messed up Wisconsin is. You guys are like, oh, it's snow in August, and you're cool with it. Oh, that's fine. But so I get on the road, and me and my buddy hit the road, and we pull over, and our first stop was in Milwaukee, right? And we get out, we get out of the hotel, and I walked across Lake Michigan. That's how cold it was, all right? That's not supposed to happen. Big body, and the thing is, we're getting ready to go out, and I'm walking on the ice, and I see a dude out walking his dog, wearing shorts and flip-flops. I'm like, dude, you are not, this is cold. It's not that cold, it is that cold. I don't care how tough you are, it's freezing. We get ready to go to the show. My buddy's like, hey, Munch, what's the temperature? I pulled up my phone. I'm like, There's not one. It is 0 degrees. It's not one. It's not negative one. It's no temperature. The high of the day, by the way, right? So we go, and we end up performing in the upper peninsula, I guess you call it, the upper northern parts of Wisconsin. Like, we stopped at Green Bay to, like, check the oil, put gas in the car, and just keep going north, right? We were up far north at one point. I swear, during the summer, they were Carhartt bikinis in this part of the world. Right? Good. Working people, I like that. It's functional and warm. I dig it. Okay. But so, I mean, it's one of those, like, we're getting ready for this last show, and I stop to get gas. We're pulling in this town. And I see everybody, like, all the blade trucks and the snow plows are pulled up, like, at the AutoZone, and people are tightening up nuts and bolts and checking their oil. I'm like, oh, this is not a good sign. Like, there's a storm coming. They're not normally doing this. And I'm in my Honda with 3 out of 4 ball tires minimum, right? Not a good idea. So we do this show. It's a great show. We get ready to leave, and I walk outside, and I'm loading my gear in the truck. We got to beat this storm out, and it starts snowing. And I heard the snow hit my window. Oh, no. This snow is this Jurassic Park? What is happening with this snow? So I get in the car and I start driving. I'm not getting caught in this. I'll die in snow, whatever. So I'm driving, and I was going to try to make it to Chicago before we stopped, but I had to stop and get gas. So we stopped in Madison, Wisconsin, the capital of Wisconsin. It was negative 10 degrees. It's 40-mile-an-hour wind blowing. And I pumped $2.19 worth of gas. I'm trying to stop at $1.50. Terrible! My balls were in my head. That's how high they shot up. My buddy, I go inside. Are you okay? No! We gotta go. This is the thing, man. I've never been that cold in my life. And there's, a lot of people around the rest of the country want to make fun of the good people of the Midwest. Like, everybody's kind of chubby up there and whatnot. Everybody's very judgmental. And after being here a month in that part of town, I realized I need to apologize to everyone I judged. Because I was up there, I was craving dairy and cheese curds. And I was looking for the warmth of a big woman. I was like, yeah, this guy's the king. Bring me 2, Johnny, let's go. If you don't have a big woman, you are missing out in this part of the world, man. Skinny bitch, go somewhere else. I need a girl that's going to bang me, feed me, and keep me warm. In that order or not, I don't care. We're making it happen. Having a good time, guys? Love it, man. I travel around a bunch, it's what I do, but now I'm based out of Atlanta, and any town that you go work in the industry, there's always political stuff you have to deal with. Atlanta's got its own clique of comics, and I'm trying to work into that because all my connections are on the West Coast and in New York for doing jokes. So I'm in Atlanta, I'm trying to work into the system, and a buddy of mine books 4 or 5 shows, and he had me come out and do a guest spot at one of the shows. And I had a really good time. It was this high energy like I'm doing now, and I lit the show up. It was great. At the end of the show, he's like, Munch, I'll tell you what, I got a show Thursday night. You got to come headline it. It's tailor-made for you. I looked at the flyer, geeked up comedy. I'm like, yes! It's going to be late night style, drugs, strippers. It's going to be awesome. So I pull up to the bar, and I go to walk inside, and it's a video game bar. Now, this is not the kind of geeked up I was playing. We're going to have to rethink this, right? I was thinking I'm going to talk to pretty girls, there's going to be drugs and craziness. So I go inside, and it's right by Georgia Tech, the technical school, so it's probably nerdy. But I go inside and I do the show. They laugh at all my jokes. We're having a good time. And I had a blast. I met a girl that's like a level 7, like an Elvis princess or Elvis princess cosplay or whatever. She's online doing all that kind of stuff. She's real pretty. Her dad's a pharmacist, so I have a good Adderall hookup. It was fantastic. It worked out, right? You got to find the silver lining, guys. So after the show, it's great, and I go to the bathroom. I'm like, this nerd bar is pretty cool, right? And I don't want to say it's a nerd bar. That's me. But I would say this. When I was in the bathroom, the graffiti on the wall was mad. It was awesome. They were clever, man. I was sitting there, I'm using the bathroom like A squared plus B squared. That is C squared. Pythagorean theorem. Awesome. That's fantastic. I went to go wash my hands. I washed my hands, and right by the blower where you hit the button, it was this. It says pressure 1 times volume 1 equals pressure. I was like, oh my God, that's Boyle's law. That's an air pressure joke. These engineers are awesome. They're fantastic. I love clever jokes. Not what I write, but they're fun, right? So I'm getting ready to go, and I open the door, and behind the back of the door, on the top of the back of the door of the restroom, it says, Pavlov likes it doggy style. I'm like, yes! Yes! Yes, these nerds are out of control. I'm loving it. I walk outside, my buddy Joey comes around. I'm like, Munch, have you seen this place? It's awesome. I know. Hey, dude, I had a blast. He goes, there's a battle of the bands tomorrow night. It's DJ Eazy-E versus MC Squared. Like, yes. He goes, I gotta come. I gotta know who's gonna win. I was like, it's equal, son. It's all relative. Oh, was that a clever add-on? Yes, it was. Thank you guys for getting that. I appreciate you guys for getting that joke. Yeah, I'll take an applause straight. You're damn right. Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I love it when that joke does well, because I did that joke in Johnson City, Tennessee one night. and 2/3 of the town just stared at me blankly. Like I was talking about dental hygiene or something. They're, what? We ain't got that around here. Oh my God. That's fantastic. Did you guys ever go to Los Angeles? Been to Los Angeles, checked it out, round of applause, anybody? Couple of brave souls, I like that, it's fantastic. I lived there for 20 years. Oh, that's like my Vietnam, when I look at it. It changes a man! So I went and I came back, and the thing is, I really had a great time there, but I'm lucky I survived relatively unchanged. But people always ask me, like, when you were in Los Angeles, oh my God, what's it like in Los Angeles with the celebrities? Do you know the Kardashians? Were you in movies? You know Matthew McConaughey? And people are just crazy with it, right? And especially the farther you get from a big city, the more people want to know about the celebrities and what's it like being in that town. And I realized it's my job as a comic to be able to tell you what it's like, so I figured it out. You want to know what it's like living in Los Angeles? Yeah. Imagine a town with perfect weather. No humidity, light wind. Take that town, surrounded with beautiful beaches, mountains, high deserts, beautiful. Las Vegas is 3.5 miles away, 3.5 hours away. It's the same when you're high, it doesn't matter. Mexico's close by if you're cheap and want real crazy times, whatever. You take that town, perfect weather, beautiful surroundings, and you pack it full of everyone you hated in high school. Everyone, get in there. More people, get in there. Are you pretty? Get in there. It's packed to the gills of people I couldn't stand in high school. Only they're younger, they're prettier, and they're richer now. Like, They didn't peak in high school, they're peaking now because their dad's in the industry. Whatever, it's crazy. They all whine about stupid stuff and brag about things like, oh, I live under the D of the Hollywood sign and I drive a Porsche. It's like, well, I live under the Hollywood freeway. Give me your car! People have no sense. They complain about everything. They complain about the weather. There's no weather in LA. When 3 drops of water hits the ground, it makes the news for a week. Update on the storm, Bob. What storm is this? It's mist. Not even enough water falling from the sky for the homeless to take one of those weird baths behind Denny's. It's not even that much water. Here's the weather forecast for Los Angeles for the next 600 years. It's going to be sunny and warm, Bob, with a 77% chance of fire. It's going to be beautiful till it burns. It's going to burn to the ground. I just had friends of mine, Munch, man, I come stay at your spot. You live in that concrete bunker. I'm like, you didn't invite me to your barbecue at your house in the hills. Burn! Burn, buddy. You and your rich friends burn. I'm going back to my bunker. People are nuts out there. I was going to a show one night. I lived right on Hollywood Boulevard for a while. I was going to a show with one of the clubs, one of the bigger clubs. I'm walking right past one of this brand new nightclub, the kind you see in the movies and TV. We got the red velvet ropes around. Bouncer, 7 foot tall, wearing a white tuxedo. Bentleys, Ferraris outside. People waiting to get in. And as I'm walking by, I see this beautiful model standing on the side of the road. Had to be like an LA 9.5, like just perfect almost. Gorgeous, standing outside going, oh my God, let me in, I'm freezing! Freezing! Freezing, I pulled up my phone. It's 69 degrees there, princess. You're not freezing, that's science, you're spoiled. And you're cold, because you're naked, bitch! You are standing on the road wearing no clothes. That's probably why you're cold. Guys, this is science. I did research. She had more material covering her feet than her boobs. That's why you're cold, princess. Glitter. Pretty ladies, glitter, not a layer, okay? It looks great, but it's not going to keep you. Table 2, I'm talking to you guys. You know you love. Somebody's got on glitter right now with some Chanel. Who is it? Raise your hand. Okay, no one wants to play. Crowd work, not so much. Dance, monkey, dance. I'll keep dancing, fine. Been trying to work out and get in a little shape. I'm wearing black tonight because it's slimming. Apparently not slimming enough. Little chubby, what are you going to do? I like pizza. It's fun. But I've been working out a little bit. I've been training again, hitting the bag, working out. I'm starting to hike again a little bit. And I live, by the way, does anyone here know what Stone Mountain is? Outside of Atlanta, round of applause. Anyone? A couple people. It's a really big mountain. And I go to Stone Mountain. I live about 7 miles from it. I go to Stone Mountain and I hike. It's 1 mile of distance, but it's 1,000 feet of elevation. So it's a great exercise, right? So I was telling somebody the other day, I was doing a show in Atlanta, telling somebody that I go to Stone Mountain, and this girl runs up to me, overheard my conversation with purple hair, and goes, "Oh my God, you go to Stone Mountain? That's a Confederate memorial. You're a racist." Hey, hold on, princess, I go there to hike, okay? It's not like I stop and pledge allegiance to the Confederacy, like all the time. Don't be silly, that's special occasions. Christmas, Robert E. Lee's birthday, your girlfriend gets her period. It's stuff you celebrate. Go break it. Yeah, we're all going to hell, guys, but it's going to be a good ride. It's okay. It's okay. Atlanta's a crazy town, man. I'm convinced everybody in a big town has lost their mind, man. I did a show at a dog park last summer. Thank you. I'm doing well. By the way, if you ever want to see what terrible parent somebody's going to be, watch them run their dog around and hump other people and bite kids. Oh, he's just playing. He bit his arm. He's just playing. I overheard this. It was during my set, of course. I overheard 3 different people gather around talking. My dog's a lesbian. Oh my God, my dog's a lesbian too. Your dog's a lesbian? Tell me you're in Atlanta without actually saying you're in Atlanta. Why is it cool for your dog to be a lesbian? What's your definition? Because by certain definitions, in college I was a lesbian. All right? Dude, it was the 90s. Grunge was in. I wore a lot of flannel, I went down on a lot of girls. I was a lesbian. Munch 24/7, okay? It's fun. It's fun. That's not what it's for, but it is tonight, by God. By the way, this is called shameless promotion. I don't care. I'm a traveling salesman of t-shirts at this point. It's fantastic. By the way, #1 buyer of these shirts, lesbians. It's true. I'm not mad at them. They laugh at terrible things and they buy my shirts. They're in my team as far as I'm concerned. It's fantastic. There's a lot of talk. We covered the gamut of a lot of things earlier, man. There's a lot of talk about incest with cousins and porn and drugs, all kinds of stuff. And this is the thing. I got 2 or 3 things to talk about real quick. Get out of here. But if you guys, there's a new thing called deep fake porn. Have you guys heard of this? You can take porn and put someone's picture that you love or hate, whatever it is that you like to do, and you can put your picture on somebody else, like making your own porn. Which is, technology's gotten a little out of hand, guys. And I'm not even going to lie, I tried it, but it's not for me. But you wouldn't believe how hard it is to get high-resolution pictures of B. Arthur, okay? I'm glad you guys get it. That was for you guys. That really was. I'm glad you get it, man. You probably went to college with her, so you appreciate that joke, sure. I got it. Golden Girl, she was just a young pony when I knew her, yeah. And he's like, he banged her and blank, same party. We were drinking moonshine. There was no camera. Everything was analog back then. Her and my log. It was crazy. I'm digging it. We have gotten completely out of control, and that's okay. Digging it. When I was in Los Angeles for a long time, you have to be an actor. If you're a comic, it's hard to make a living just being a comic. So you become an actor. And I've been in the Screen Actors Guild since 2003. And you want to know what I learned about being in the Screen Actors Guild for about 20 years? I'm a terrible actor. Guys, anybody else here been fired from background work? Stand behind this guy out of focus. I messed that up. It's all right. But it doesn't matter, because by the time they found out I sucked, I've already got another job because I look like this, man. Like right now, I'm growing all my hair out. Oh, everybody's like, Munch, you need a haircut. I'm like, what I need is more hair, okay? But this is the thing. I'm growing out this hair as I'm trying to get a part in a Western. And do I not look like a dirty deputy? Absolutely. This is the face of the abuse of power, and you know it. Because he and I look like brothers. And you're into that stuff. I like that. He's either going to kill me after the show or buy me a drink, and either's fine at this point. It's good. But the thing is, so I'm growing my hair out. When I'm clean cut and have short hair, I go over the part of like coach, cop, active shooter. I don't. I book those parts. But now I've got long hair. I go over the parts of dirty cop, active shooter. I had a callback for racist number 3 the other day. It's bullshit. I can be racist number 1. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Who's having a good time tonight? You guys having a good time? All right. My name's Munch, man. Hang out. We got a fantastic headliner coming. Let's have a good night, guys. Thank you. Come on. Keep that energy going. He was so good. So fun. You guys having a good time tonight? Okay, well, we've got to the point in the show where we're going to see the main act, folks, so I'm going to need you to make a whole lot of noise for your headliner. This guy's been on MTV, Key and Peele. He's done late night. He was in The Lincoln Lawyer, and he has a really popular documentary called Cleaning My Room. You guys give it up for Brian Swinehart!